Feral Strike here, and this is battle report number 2, Reclaiming the Town. And it's my Red Hoods again, Orc and Goblins, versus Kenleonhardts Bavarian Knights, which are Bretonnian Knights. And the Fluff, I talked about this before, some Bavarian Knights from history, old school history, from back when Knights were around. They got sucked into this time, kind of warped, and landed into the warhammer world. And last report, they ran into my orcs, and they're like, what the hell is these greenskins doing, and where the hell are we? And they had to fight the greenskins, and my greenskins almost killed all of them. And this battle report is basically the Bavarian Knights meet up with some Bretonnian Knights, and they meet up, and the last report, my Orcs and Goblins invaded their town, kind of thing, or where they were staying, or where the Bavarian Knights kind of settled. And this battle report is them trying to reclaim their town. And you can see on the top the picture. We had better quality pictures this time because Mike Kenleonhardt bought his camera and let me use it. And anyways, let's get to it. Okay, deployment. I decided to put I forgot who rolled first, or I think he won deployment roll. Yeah, he did win deployment roll, so he started deployment. But this is my deployment, as you can see. It doesn't really matter who won deployment. You can just show you the units. Far right, Goblin Spider Riders, so it can go into maybe their flank, and they were aiming for the archers actually, or redirecting. Night Goblins in the middle. As you can see, my Orc and Goblin boys were in front of his peasants, and Forest Goblins right there on their left. That's the left side. You might notice I added, this is actually a 1,000-point army, and maybe I should go over my army. It's pretty much the same as last time, and I added a BSB. So I had the Blackout War Boss with 2+ armor save and 4+ ward save. 22 Orc boys, and he's in that unit, the Blackout War Boss. 20 Goblins on your far left, as you can see on your left. It was my right. Goblin BSB with armor of fortune, so 4+ armor save because he has a shield. It gives you a 5+ armor save and 5+ ward. And he has a biting blade, which is armor piercing. Which actually I don't know why I took him, because he didn't really do too much. He allowed a reroll in one of my units, and rerolls are actually important, and I think I'll keep him there. But I'm not sure about my goblins who didn't perform. Well, you'll see how they perform today, or later on in the battle report, I mean. Okay, that's Ken's deployment. He had a unit of peasants, 3, 4, 5. I think there were 25 peasants. And this time he decided to opt for spears for the extra attack, which I think was a good idea, you know. And when they charge, I still think if my against orcs, halberds are good, but you know, he's just trying out new things, and we're relatively new, and extra attacks is pretty good in most situations, I believe. More chance to wound. He got the orange and his orange and white color scheme next to the peasants, those knights there, and they're Knights of the Realm, I believe. And yeah, those are in his army, he says those are the ones that are Bretonnians, and the ones on the right, which multicolored knights, are from Bavarian. He's a unit of bowmen, again, with stakes, and that's his whole army, and that's his outlay. I wanted, you can see on the far right, I wanted to either redirect his knights again, or maybe sweep around and get his peasants, but we'll see on the next slide what happens. Yeah, just a note, all the terrain, we didn't use the terrain, we're just doing pitch battles at the moment, just to get a feel for the rules, and you know, it might seem like a watchtower scenario, but no, we just put the tower in front because basically, as I said in the fluff, for us, the Orcs and Goblins have the town, and the Bavarians are wanting to settle, I guess, and the Bretonnians are helping them. So that's another shot. This is another shot, just another shot of the tower and his army. So yeah, I vanguard up, and as you can see, so basically just to redirect. I keep my Knight Goblins behind because I know his charge range can be 12 plus 8, 20, so I want to stay out of range. And hopefully he'll take my bait of the Spider Riders. And the Spider Riders on the right are doing the same kind of thing with his peasants and his knights, so they can either flee and then give a flank to my Orc and Goblins. Orcs, Orc boys, that is. Oh, just to mention, I have my 35 Knight Goblins with a Fanatic in them. And as you said, two Spider Riders. I didn't mention that before in my army, but you can just see it, so. That's another shot of how things look right now. The Goblins moved up, the Orc boys moved up a bit, and the BSBs. Another shot of the battlefield. So, he charges my 4 Spider Riders on the left, and they opt to flee. And, yeah, this is measuring tape. He fails charge and goes that distance. And, yeah, you might remember this from the first slide. It's his knights. My 4 Spider Riders doing what they do best, running away. His peasants move up, I believe, just to get to football. He just moves up to shoot, I think. I didn't take a picture of this, or forgot to. My force. He charges my 4 Spider Riders on the right, and they flee, and then this is just a picture of them rallying, and that's where he is. And my orcs were further back and tried to attempt to charge, but it kind of had the wheel, and it failed charge because my 4 Spider Riders in the way. So next time I had to angle them more. And if my 4 Spider Riders were moved an inch, they would have gotten into his knights there, and we would have just beaten them and overrun probably into peasants. But unfortunately for me, it was not to be. And yeah, this is the other side of the board. His knights. I move up my Knight Goblins, but can't release my Fanatic because I think you couldn't march. He was too close to march, and I wanted to release my Fanatic into his side, or just into him, and it just didn't happen, so yeah. Luck is not on my side in this game, I have to say, at the moment. Another shot of the field, so yeah, I think he charges, or I try to rally and I fail and run off the board, and yeah. They yet again, the 4 Spider Riders left something in the oven, so, or thought they left something in the oven, so they went home to do that. Another shot from this side of what it looks like. His knights are really good looking, and I'm glad he brought his camera because the pictures look way better now. I'm sure when I render this video, it's gonna be kind of hard to see anyways, but it's better than my cell phone though, for sure. Cell phone camera photos. So, another shot. We took a lot of pictures, I guess, from each angle. So that's what it looks like from his point of view. yeah, and an overhead shot of what's going on, and my thumbs up. The battle was still in, I think it was still turn 2 or 3. Anyways, he decides to charge the goblins instead, which I think was a great choice because goblins suck. And I mean, I have ranks and everything, but knights are really devastating on the charges, especially Bretonnians in lance formation. And anyways, yeah, he made it, and I held. I decided held, so I don't know if I should have ran. Maybe I should have ran, but they'll probably be off the board anyway, so yeah, maybe I should have ran. But anyways, his regular Bretonnian Knights, or his Bavarian Knights, I would say, with the Lord, charge the Night Goblins. That releases the Fanatic. I run, and just like the last game, last battle report, my Fanatic kills one guy, keeps his points, but you know, he could have done better. I think he got 3d6, and he made 2 of his saves. That's what happened. And one knight died, so yet again another disappointment, but you know, it's Warhammer, and yeah, we're just playing for fun, so you know, maybe one day I'll have a Fanatic and he'll kill a lot of people, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe in the future sometime. Fanatics can be deadly, but you know, they're so random. I would normally just take one, you know, and they could run through their own unit, so yeah. There he is again. You might notice that this Fanatic's different from the first one, because the other I have 3 Fanatic models, and the other one choked on his chain and died, or maybe, yeah, he rolled doubles, so I decided that guy died, and this guy is the new Fanatic guy, and he's tilted over. I need to put some balance on one of his left side to make him stay without tilting over. A really fuzzy shot, sorry about that. Ken told me to take doubles of pictures, but I didn't take a double of this one, so yeah, he slaughtered me. He 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 kills, and that was enough for me to flee off the board. His knights, what happened in this battle? He killed a lot from my unit, maybe 10, 11 models, I don't remember at the moment. But he won, and I think he ran them down. Yeah, and yeah, that's it. Another picture of this. Fuzzy or busy. Just because. Okay, in the other side of the battle, I decide to charge both my units into his peasants, and my orcs failed their charge, and I decide to move them there instead. Move them angled away from the other 2 knight units. The knight unit, the Bretonnian knight unit that defeated goblins, went off the board, pursued and caught the guys and went off the board, and they were going to come in at an angle kind of right behind the orcs, so yeah, I moved them like that. I think he shot at me with his peasant and killed one. He killed the orc, that is, if you're wondering. He shot at the orcs. In battle, the 4 spider riders didn't do too bad. I think they killed maybe 2, and he killed 2, and I stick because my general's near, and he used his leadership. Yeah, there's the one orc that died from shooting. And you might note, and there's another picture, and you might notice that the spiders are gone. They got defeated, and I don't know. I think he could have overran, or is that I don't know the rules, what happens after combat, if he was able to overrun after that. But he just decided to just stand there, I guess. And just standing there, my orc unit got into his front and demolished the peasants. Having additional hand weapons is great for orcs, but actually I think shield and chop is better because you get the parry save and extra armor save, because these guys have toughness 4, but they still are vulnerable to like lance charges, of course, and it would be nice to have a 6+ ward save with the parry save. So, but you know, I thought about that after I glued them together. So you might see some shields on these guys. Some of them have shields like 3 or 4, but you know, most of them additional hand weapons, and you know, I'm just gonna stick with that. I'm fine with it. Having additional hand weapons and the chopper rule, which is +1 to strength, is amazing. Same with my black or war boss. You can either have a additional hand weapon or great weapon. So his strength from 5, the war boss, black orc war boss, +2 for the great weapon, +3 for the chopper rule, because they're bigger. Because it also adds on to whatever axes you get. You don't have to worry about, like before in 7th edition book, that you had to, if you used the great weapon or a special great weapon, you would have to the chopper rule wasn't allowed. Now they allow it, and it's great, you know, killed a lot of peasants with that. So that's how the battle went right there, and we ran a bit. I think he fled and I ran and caught him. So after that, I reformed to face his bowman. Just another shot on my fanatic. He's just dancing around randomly, going randomly in a random direction. His knights from that defeated goblins get a charge in the rear of our orcs and goblins, and yeah, when you do that, when you charge the rear, I read in the rules that we had a rule dispute, like, oh, who attacks and everything. All his Bretonnian knights attack, and if you see an error in this, then let us know. I'm curious to see, but what happens is his knights all attacked, and my whole back row attacked. So that's how it went. I issued a challenge, actually, with my Black Orc War boss on his champion, and let's see the next slide, actually. So, yeah, I issued a challenge and killed his champion, and then that's how the battle ended. I don't remember how many he killed, or I think he killed 3 or 4, but we stick, and I reform. And there's another shot of this side. Then his knights are coming around, getting ready to charge I defeat him with the choppas and stuff, and he flees. And I decide to reform to face his knights, because, yeah, I don't want to take a knight charge to the flank. That would be bad. But I may have been able to get out of his range in hindsight. If I pursued, I would have been out of his range and then could have faced his knights from the right-hand side. But I was tired and I wasn't thinking, so. And now his bowman, actually, let me go to his. Yeah, reforming like that left my side vulnerable to the flank attack. So he charged both units in, and yeah, it's looking bad for these guys. Yeah, there's that guy running. He's like, Fuck this, I don't want... Oh, excuse my language. Shoot. I'm gonna erase that part, so... Yeah. My BSB is just standing there watching the battle. That actually looks like dude, feces, what he's sitting on right now, because it looks kind of gross. Sorry to give that image to you guys, maybe I'll erase that slide off. So yeah, he does he has to use a challenge. I decided to use my great weapon against his lord to minus his armor save to get a better chance to wound. He does 2 wounds on me. I take my great weapon and swing, and I totally whiff. I think I hit him a couple times, but for wounding I didn't do anything. It's like the great weapon was too heavy for him, and he just swung and missed, you know. So I didn't do any wounds to him. I think maybe he wards it or something. And my orc unit, you can see the casualties on the top left. 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah. And 8 wounds. I don't think I did any wounds to him. And he got a flank, a charge, and we break and flee, and we just called it. There Ken is, Kenleonhardt, with his victory face and his fists up. And yeah. Next photo you see, hold on. There's me with a kind of disappointed face of how the battle went, how my orcs and goblins do. Let me just change. I think I won't. Yeah, but of course, you know, it was a fun game, and we give the handshake. Overall, I don't know if I'll do anything differently. There's instances where I should have, like for the orcs, I should have tried to pursue his orange and white knights instead, and maybe not get flank charged by his bowmen, and maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe I don't think. Yeah, I don't know what else I would change. Maybe not. BSBs are good. You know, you get to reroll, but in this battle, unfortunately, it's not. I didn't do much with it. Yeah. He has an armor piercing and blade, so maybe I should have just had him in my goblin unit to challenge and, you know, give some extra attacks, but because my goblin big boss has 3 attacks, strike 4 with biting blade, so -1, -2 to the save. And maybe I should have. I don't know what I should have done, but it was a fun match. We're looking to do another match, maybe 1250. And maybe instead of the goblins, I'm going to try some magic. I know he doesn't have a magic user. And I talked to him, I was like, oh, I don't really do magic. But I think orc and goblin magics are pretty fun. Their spells and everything. So maybe I'll try it out next time, because it's around 100 points for level 2. And even though we're noobs at the game right now, and we don't really know all the rules yet, I mean, it's fun. Magic's fun, I believe. Magic's fun until you blow up your own mage, that's the thing. So I don't know if I'll include them yet, but yeah, I think I'll try it out and see what happens. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this battle report, and I enjoy making them, and I'm glad I have the new camera, and I'm glad I have someone, you know, to start Warhammer with, because for the last 3 or 4 years, 4 or 5 years, I haven't, so yeah. I'll see you guys on the next one, which will be about in a week or so. Peace!